Make sure our volumes are down. We are live, episode 14, made in the 80s. I'm the great 80s kid with my boy Seal VHS. Ready to do quite a wild day. We had 20 or so technical difficulties. Not sure if they're all fixed, but
we're getting there.
We're getting there. I got my Goonies t-shirt on for today's VHS auction. Also leading into tonight's premiere of Indiana Jones.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about that. I got some unboxing to do. Got shit falling down over there.
Just keep going. I'll be back.
Just get back online whenever you're ready.
I'm online. I'm on the line.
Speaking of burner phones, I love how you brought that up. But no, I think you have that Wi-Fi at your house that slows down after 2 gigabytes or something.
Well, I couldn't pop for the next tier of
the $5 tier.
Oh,
I want to get a flip phone. Tell me, I'm on the breaking point where I really just want to get a flip phone and operate with a flip phone from now on, and figure out a way to
What's stopping you?
Well, dude, I mean, a lot of these places require you to have a cell phone, a smartphone. Like, you can't get into the you can't get into the Indians game without a cell phone anymore. They don't accept any paper tickets. Isn't that ridiculous? Like, what? I have to have a phone to get into a game now?
Apparently. I know my dad once in a while says, "I'm going to come visit you out there, Tom." He won't. But like, I'm thinking like, my God, he hasn't been on a flight since 1997. So how is he going to handle the airport? How is he going to do a check-in with his burner phone? Like,
since 97, since he jumped out of a plane in Afghanistan or
oddly
Iraq?
enough, he is airborne during the Vietnam War, or just after the Vietnam War era. But so he has jumped out of planes, but he has not had a touchscreen phone.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he operates in a much more level, non-emotionally distraught manner, because he isn't constantly being bombarded by brain chemicals from touching his phone screen all day long.
Hey, that Blade Runner's up right now.
Yep. So, all right, yeah, we'll jump right into it because people are live watching this. Blade Runner is up. It's at 4,600. I mean, it's amazing to see the differences in prices from a year ago. As you know, and we've talked about this a lot recently. You've seen everything with VHS worked in reverse. It burned extremely hot, just closed at 4,600, 6,000 with the premium approximately. Here's one coming up, Bloodsport. This was a huge, huge title a year and a half ago that no one could find. And it is actually still fairly hard to find. I have a copy of it. I wouldn't sell it for any price near this because it's a near impossible one to find.
Yeah.
This was one that Mikey was trying to get for me for years. And then now it's seeing a little traction. And speaking of which, we haven't had a podcast since we got the news of the passing of Mikey, which is certainly a sad day for family, friends, collectibles, a lot of stuff in general. It just closed at 8,700, 875 something. You know, and what a wild ride. You know, Mikey and I became friends, had some ups and downs, did a few deals together. What a personality, man. What a character. And certainly
man. Unforgettable
the guy
dude.
who single-handedly drove VHS to the first 6 months of its insanity.
He made a lot of people a lot of money.
Yes, he did. And, you know, people fighting over stuff to sell it to him. I've never experienced anything like that in collectibles in my life. I mean, stuff would sell in 4 seconds for any price, tons of backdooring, I mean, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I mean, there was nothing nothing lasted 3 seconds of any consequence.
I don't think we'll ever see another run like that in any, collectible medium. It just won't. That was the perfect storm of like, the economy was great. Crypto was insane. Video games were insane. So everyone was trying to piggyback video games and get in early. Yeah. I mean, that's when that Mario went for $1 million, right? Right around then.
Yeah, it was all in
it's like, just perfect storm, dude. I should have just sold everything then.
And certainly Mikey was a big contributor to the wildness because he was just buying up absolutely everything.
Yep.
And now we're seeing kind of the fallout for that perfect storm on the other side where, you need to develop different, you need to kind of start with a floor and then build up to the ceiling. And now, well, you know, we had the ceiling hit right away, and now you've seen every subsequent auction kind of move downward to find, and we need to get to that place where we say, okay, well, what's the floor for some of these titles? You know, I mean, I feel like there's some
Look at
stuff
this Boogie
today.
Nights is popping.
There's some stuff that went today already that I'm like, that I have. A lot of this stuff I have, maybe not the first print, but close to it.
This
or
one's
something.
a promo Boogie Nights. I haven't seen one before. I love the cover.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, this is doing better than I thought it would, even though I only found out about it 8 seconds ago.
I feel like some of the bigger stuff is what's been trending down and all. I mean, it's we've always said this. Isn't it amazing the number of guys that you can find to spend $100 to $500 on some junk?
Mm-hmm.
But how difficult it is to find guys to spend thousands or tens of thousands on the really rare grail stuff.
Yeah,
Until it's too late, right? Then they're like, oh, I should have bought this. I should have bought that. I mean, you and I have said if I could go back and tell myself anything, it would be stop buying all the secondary stuff.
Yep.
You know,
I tell people that, not even in VHS, just collecting in general, when they ask me, like, what should I blah, blah? I'm like, dude, stop. Unless it's something you really like and just want it, don't buy small and medium stuff. Spend all the money you are going to buy or spend buying 50 small and medium things on 1 or 2 big things, because those are the things, economy or not, you know, whatever, those are going to continue to go up at a decent rate. Whereas the small, medium stuff, you're going to sit on for 20 years to get, you know, maybe double up on. It's just not worth it. And
all the work. I mean, you think about it. I have so much stuff here to work through. And it's like the amount
shipping, listing, pictures.
Yeah, the work that's involved in selling that stuff is unbelievable. And yeah, if it means something to you, it's funny. I've gotten to the place where I've started to contemplate getting to the point of moving through some things, and it's like, dude, sometimes the weird worthless stuff is the most nostalgic or the most meaningful to you. I mean, certainly there's always the couple big titles as you get, certainly as you acquire them and you have memories of them that become, oh my god, this means so much to me. But in the long run, sometimes it's the stupid things and the little things that really resonate with you, that bring back a lot of nostalgia. I mean, there's so many different
this
things
one for me. I mean, to this day, I won't sell this. Will not do it. It means too much to me.
Hackers
Only 4 other people in the world want. Oh yeah, forget. Yeah, Hackers VHS first release with the computer-like design.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. I mean, it's just beautiful. I don't even have it graded. You know, it doesn't matter. I don't.
Well, we've talked recently. Like, dude, we've been monkeying around on eBay looking for vintage candy. Dude, that shit is so nostalgic, bro.
I know.
And I mean, and you can pick it up for $10, $20, $30. It's like, I don't want to go down another wormhole, but
well, I know, dude, you almost got me to spend $20 on the Shock Tarts, and I was tempted. Let me tell you, if it was a full roll,
I mean, one of my favorite things that I have is this behind me, this Big League Chew, unopened Big League Chew original series from the early 80s. I'd love to find an 87 copy because that's the one I remember the best from the peak of civilization, 1987.
Slab it up.
I mean, it's it's in a VGA case. It's for something else that I popped, but it still looks pretty cool.
Let me see it. Let me see it. Grab
they won't. I was trying to get them to grade it for me. They won't grade it for me.
I'm gonna write a letter.
Look.
Oh yeah. What do you mean? It's 75
plus. Big League Chew. Look at that. Still got the Walmart 47-cent neon sticker on it. Dude, look at that. Tell me that doesn't bring you back to the ball field, Little League, opening up 87 Topps packs at the little stand. You know? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Love that.
We had a little in the one town over at my dad's house in Cambridge, Wisconsin, there was a Ben Franklin. It's like a drugstore. Did you guys have those in Cleveland?
No.
Like a little chain of drugstores. But anyway, yeah, they had all the cards lined up and the candy right next to it. I mean, it was like for a kid. Are you kidding me? That is
garbage pail kids, I'm sure.
Dude, I remember I bought a Saved by the Bell poster from there and brought it to school for a girl I liked and gave it to her. Didn't work out. But
married her, we're happily ever after. Yeah.
To this day, I wish I would have kept that poster, and I've scorched eBay for the last 15 years. Haven't seen another one.
Yeah,
I want my Zach Morris, Ben Franklin poster back.
I saw that Jennifer Lawrence movie the other day, which was absolutely hysterical. The first half of it, by the way, where she's like has to sleep with the kid.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
total 80s plot. I love it.
Oh yeah, totally. And there's a kid in there. He's not a kid. He's a guy that looks just like Zach from Saved by the Bell. But like a buff kind of cheese version of him.
It's
I
not
mean,
the dude
just
who
like
plays
him,
his
dude.
son on the reboot, is it?
I don't think so. I don't. Maybe I don't.
What's that
I don't
movie
watch
called?
The reboot. No hard feelings or something.
Oh, double entendre.
Yeah.
Kid
And
can't get
speaking
it
of
up.
which, back to this VHS auction that's going right now. You know, like as an example of one, a double mint 9 IGS 87 Nightmare on Elm Street did $1,200.
Yeah,
Dude,
insane.
I wouldn't even contemplate selling mine for that kind of money. Like the problem right now is you need to stick with private sales or
Look at this Child's Play 9.4 up right now.
yeah.
There's no way, in my opinion, 9.4 A plus should not go for under $1,000. It just shouldn't.
Oh, this Child's Play, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let's see.
It's got a little life.
Doesn't show. I can't see from the thing which sticker it has. If it has the dog bone or if it has the rectangle, because that would be a differentiator in print, and it doesn't look like CGC marked it as such.
Nope.
Oh
yeah, hollow foil dumbbell sticker. So dog bone.
Okay, dog bone. Okay, yeah, got it.
So earlier.
And that's the earlier print. And think about that. A set of the 3 in VGA grade just sold for over $4,000 on eBay last week. And this one goes for, what did it go for? $875. Like that's right now, I don't know if sending stuff to some of these auction houses is the best idea based on where the market is, you know, where this stuff has to sell at whatever price and whatever somebody feels like today. I mean, at least eBay, you can get 7 or 10 days build up, or you can have multiple items going, or you can pull it if it doesn't look good. Or, you know, I mean, I've had the most success with private sales lately because I mean, all of us have a bunch of stuff that there's only a small amount of it out there. So it's like, why put it up for sale? Why put it up for something that has to sell when you may not realize the prices that you got? I mean, even if you look at something that just went maybe 15 minutes ago, those Back to the Futures.
I was just about to bring that up. The 1010 Michael J. Fox autograph is going to be, I think it's going to be the top dollar in this auction, and it hit $5,000.
Yeah.
$5,000.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah, $6,250 with buyer's premium, and not much more than now. I consider that 85. I'd love to have. I have 2 of the first prints, but neither of them are graded 85. And how cool is it being graded 85 for that movie?
Yeah,
you know,
well, like that Jordan Bird, like 85, or Back to the Future 85,
85,
85. Yeah, that's what you want.
You just because the 85 into the movie, and that one has the wraparound full MCA watermarks, and it did 4,200. I mean, that was a $10,000 tape, maybe as much as 20 in Mikey's era, you know?
Yeah. Well, think of the 87 Nightmare you just mentioned.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't, I mean,
Are you kidding me?
At least 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. And especially in the long-term horror, I still think, and I believe, and I'll stick by this.
Here's a good one up. Sorry. Chopping Mall.
The horror is the long-term winner.
I agree. It's the hip hop of VHS.
Yeah.
Here we go. Chopping Mall 80.
Yeah, dude, that was another one. This might even be Mikey's. Who knows? But this was a huge title that he was after, and a lot of people were after.
You know, it would be really smart.
$2,000 at the time at a minimum.
It would be really smart by Heritage, and don't take this the wrong way because I'm not trying to be insensitive. But if they sold some stuff and had it labeled, the Mikey Hallerpen collection.
Yeah. No,
and then even took a chunk and gave it to some kind of charity of something he was into or something like that. Like that would bring money. That would help bring it back a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that certainly, it's funny because I look back at how this all started. I remember you and I were like, oh, well, sealed something after video games. And you were more in the VHS and I was more into the music cassettes, especially. And we're trying to talk each other into which is going to be better. And then eventually we both convinced the other to start buying a little bit of what the other person was buying.
And we did.
And then we did. And then I don't know, maybe it was
full of shit. Thanks.
6 months later, Mikey came along, and I mean, certainly you especially, but both of us helped him learn a lot of stuff very quickly. And then, of course, we had leaned on Danny a lot to learn a lot of stuff. And yeah, I mean, he just took the information and that he got from us and a few other guys and just ran with it.
Dude, he was always so sweet to me. Like, because in the beginning, like he's like, dude, I don't know shit, man. I'm just calling you, like, just tell me. I'm like, yeah, no problem, dude. So, teaching them and selling them stuff and blah, blah, blah. And, even like a year later, I don't know, we were texting or about God knows what, who knows.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man, I just wanted to thank you. Like, in the beginning, I didn't know anything.
Dude, your impressions are impeccable, bro.
Yeah. And you just kind of, gave me the information, and, I really appreciate that. And I'll never forget it. So thanks, man. And I'm like, yeah, of course, dude. Yep. So it's just nice when someone not thanks you, but even a year later, when we're talking about, probably film animation cells or some dumb shit, he brings it up like, sweet dude. Yeah. Uh-oh, Citizen Kane. Final warning.
It's going to sell $10. It costs $80 to grade it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, at least somebody.
Dude, that is hard to find. I mean, holy shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, some of this stuff. If we get what needs to happen in the market is you need to find a floor. I think CGC coming in and doing some VHS stuff is going to be helpful. And if this thing does turn around, which I think inevitably it will, there's just too many people behind it now.
That's the healthy part. Honestly, I know this is sort of the bottom and people are going to freak out, but that is what you want. You need that bottom to watch it go back up.
Yeah.
It happens with the stock market. It happens with collectibles. It happens with my life.
It happens. Yeah. Are you there yet? Are you up the stairs?
On that bottom step. No. I keep falling after the first one.
Did somebody show up with a jackhammer when you hit the floor and make a deeper hole?
Yeah. I ended up in a wood paneled basement.
Which nothing wrong with that. I think my dream would be living in a wood paneled van. Driving around.
70s. I mean, that's Michael Kelso just crushing it.
Yeah.
You would be the Michael Kelso on that show, I think.
Dude.
Did you watch that show?
No.
That 70s show? Really?
No, I didn't watch it. No.
Oh, it's so good.
They have like an 80s show now. I tried to watch an episode. Or 90s. It's the 90s. That 90s show.
So I watched the whole thing. It has some good moments, but they woked it up a bit. Shocker.
Oh, I'm a big surprise. You guys have any recent cops?
Dude, I haven't got pulled over in 6 months.
I'm pretty clean, squeaky clean for a long time. Maybe he means comps.
Quote. He does mean comps.
Of what though? Give us a.
What are we talking?
Shout
music,
out. What are
movies?
we looking for? What kind of comps are we looking at? Here's an early Clockwork Orange.
86 Clockwork Orange up 9.0. I
Probably
found one of these in the wild. 800. There we go. But it's wraparound. Mine's not wraparound.
Yeah, those are so rare, dude. The wraparounds are so rare in these, especially in that year period too.
Dude, that would have been a $5,000 tape a year ago.
Oh, cops and purchases. No, we are gonna have some little unboxing here I got coming up soon. But
there's a badass one, dude. 86 Cobra.
Yeah, that one's not that hard to find though. Pops up a little bit more.
That's wraparound.
Well, I'm very interested to see this Creep Show's coming up, which was one of my all-time favorite covers as a kid.
Why don't they have that one guy doing this auction? He was good.
Yeah, there's no live guy. That guy's funny, dude. He had some great references. Yep. He's like none of these guys, like, oh yeah. I don't even want to put any kind of negative connotation to him because he's not, but it's just like kind of cheesebally, but great. He's so funny.
Auction prices, 100%. Yeah, that's what a good auctioneer does.
Yeah, and then the next person will step in and be like Monty, fly ball.
Yeah, to Dark Bizzle, I'm assuming. That's what it is. Yeah, we'll do some unboxings, and I do have some cops, if you will.
Cop? Did you cop anything?
I'd say no.
Here it is.
Cop.
Here it is.
I said
Creep Show,
plural.
Creep Show, 85 Creep Show. This is such a great.
Nah, but these never brought big money for whatever reason. I don't know why.
They didn't, but it's a great piece.
I know, great art. But yeah, it's not gonna do super great.
It's mind-boggling to me because it's a great piece, man. Great piece.
Dude, this Crow's going to be interesting. Hey, holy shit. Delta Force coming up in 2.
Is it similar to the one that you had?
It is. It's media. Of course, the pictures are. This is one thing that drives me nuts about Heritage is their thumbnails are fucking tiny. So yeah, it's the same as mine, just VHS and not beta.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know we were gonna. I mean, I'm fine with it. It's turned into like a live stream for the auction.
Yeah.
And we got 6 people riding with us.
Yeah, well, everyone's watching it now.
Mm-hmm.
I bid on the creep show. I had to go, but somebody just outbid me. It got down to 1 second.
Bid?
I bid to 280, which, like, dude, this was $1,000 tape a year ago, easily. With the wraparounds, maybe more. I'm gonna let it go, I guess. Whoever wanted to outbid me there.
It's at 280.
I bid 260. He bid 280.
Oh, he bid 2. I thought you said you bid 280.
Yeah, I bid 260. He bid 280. So that was it. All right, I'll let it go. But just think about that, bro. Like a year ago, an 85 wraparound creep show. Are you kidding me?
Dude, how is the Crow? I believe this is not a first release at 220. So almost the same money as Creep Show. That's
that nuts, creep show is near impossible to find. It just doesn't make any sense. Here's that Delta Force.
Oh man, $46. Look out. I can almost get a burger out here with that money. Oh, it's at 90, 2 burgers.
What is this? This is the slipcase media? Yeah.
It's first release. Oh, wait, slip? It doesn't have the envelope or the bottom, whatever the fuck you call it.
Full box, the bottom flap. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get back to the topic of the evening. Oh, I know this is you have this tape, so yeah. Well, I could tell you it's not going to go for much more than.
But it does. But if it's just a slip cover, that's different. That's not a first release. That'd be like a.
Does it say? Yeah, it's a slip case. You know.
There's the problem right there.
Yeah.
Well, while I got it, let me
pump it up.
Pump it up. There it is. Found in the wild.
Love it. Great cover.
There
Classic.
It is.
Man, I should have bid more on that creep show.
Yeah, you should have.
Isn't that funny?
Say it, but I mean, to me, this is a $500 tape. Truly, I know it's beta, but that's first release.
Full box.
Mm-hmm. I love the blue watermarks. We talked about that.
Yeah, it looks great in a CGC.
This will probably go to CGC. It'll look the best in that.
Yeah, with those blue watermarks. There's another one coming up that they did with the blue watermarks. This thing is still hanging on there. You know,
dude, Delta Force has always been underappreciated. I mean, when Chuck Norris dies, this is like his marquee title.
Yeah.
And he's such a big part of American culture in general. I know it was trendy like 15 years ago and it's died out, but
yeah.
Let's see what this Die Hard goes for.
It's got a following though. You see how you can tell even if the stuff doesn't go for a lot, how fast the bids come in on some of these wanted titles. And I mean, this is a pretty bad copy, bro. 7.5 B+.
What color of watermarks?
What'd they do? Try to put it in the player before they took it out of the plastic?
White watermarks?
White watermarks, yeah. I mean, but the thing is beat, bro. It's beat to hell.
What? God damn, that was quick. What did it go for?
169. Ha ha ha.
69. Speaking of 80s stuff, I'm so happy like that we were having all those technical difficulties in the beginning.
Yeah.
And what happened? What did I do?
What
to get it to work?
Oh, yeah. He's like, I'm going to try one last thing. I'm going to blow into it like it's an NES cartridge. He pulled it out, blew into both of the USB.
Dude, my webcam
and then whacked it on the ground twice.
Yeah.
And then plugged it in. It was like,
like a fucking charm.
Yep. What did you say after? It's so great. So still holds up.
Still holds up.
Yeah.
It still works.
Dude, it's been so long since we did a podcast. I have this tea here sitting. I just looked. I was going to take a drink. Good thing I didn't because it looks like I'm growing penicillin in there. It's been like a month.
Well, that's kind of good because then you can use that if you get an infection. What is penicillin used for?
Yeah, for gonorrhea. Yeah.
No, it doesn't work on that.
Doesn't work on that? All right.
No, that is a Z-Pack, 500 milligrams.
Yeah, at least a Z-Pack.
Azithromycin. I've been down that road many a time.
Many times, yeah. From your wild Milwaukee
I think my
days,
body's starting to
when you were hanging out.
Honestly, it was more the Chicago days.
Oh, okay.
The what club?
The Dahmer Club?
No.
All
right, let's get to your task at hand. Fuck this shit. All right.
No, let's get to tonight's big premiere.
Yes.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Little bit of a cheesy title. I don't know, but who knows? I mean,
nothing is going to be.
Last Crusade sounds great.
Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom, Last Crusade. Like
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Right, but my point is none of those first 3 movies referenced a specific item. Temple of Doom.
What are you talking about? Raiders of the Lost
Arc.
Arc.
I understand. I'm talking about when they went to
I didn't
Indiana
see any
Jones.
Oakland Raiders in the movie.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade was not about something specifically. Yes, the Crusades in the area and whatever. But once they went to Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull or something,
well, that was also very specific, to be fair.
Yes, very specific. Like I just felt you could have had,
Indiana Jones,
Indiana Jones and the Red Scare, or the nuclear meltdown. Yeah,
that's Indiana Jones and the goddamn commies.
Indiana Jones, the greasers versus the jocks and the commies. Yeah. Kate Blanchett, and that was so ridiculous, dude.
Strict, hardcore red communists are like, you know what? Let's put a lady in charge of this. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, the commies were for sure.
It's just not accurate.
Yeah.
Now, nowadays, commies would love that.
Right. Absolutely, they would. They would probably just eliminate men altogether. The
Dial of Destiny. That sounds like some kind of watch.
Yeah, it sounds kind of stupid, but
like, oh my God, we found a pocket watch here.
Well, what was it? The old Dan Brown books and movie when they had the...
You lost me at books.
Yeah, I know. The Angels and Demons and what was his big one? The Da Vinci Code. Seems like some kind of a puzzle thing, So who knows what it's going to be.
I'm going to watch Indy. I'm not super... my heart is pumped for it, but my brain is like, I watched the trailer, like, dude, this looks like a Marvel movie with an 80-year-old Harrison Ford. And the 80-year-old Harrison Ford's the only interesting part. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, zero interest. Not funny, not interesting, not a good writer. And they hired her to rewrite the script. So I don't hold out a lot of hope. Now, Sala, I'm pumped for.
I'm pumped to see old Sala.
You go first.
It's too bad because it doesn't look like Marion's in it, and I don't know what they're going to do about that whole story and Shia LaBeouf's character. That'll be interesting to see.
I don't think they're going to touch on Shia at all.
You remember how that ended? The last one where he the hat's there, and you feel like, oh, he's going to become Indy, and then he's like, not yet. Remember?
Not yet, kid.
Yeah.
Dinner.
And it'll be interesting to see. I heard something, and you were right. You're like, they're going to woke it up, and they're like, Indiana Jones could be taken over by a female character going forward. I saw that written in some article.
That's going to do well.
Oh, that makes sense.
I think
can't they just do something else?
They're going to kill the Indiana Jones character
tonight.
Yeah,
in this movie.
Say goodbye. Yep.
No way.
Yeah,
they already tried to. Disney already stupidly killed him off in Star Wars, which those movies do not exist to me. Fair. They do not exist to me. Those movies are absolute garbage. The second one is literally the Spaceballs movie rewritten. So
Spaceballs is a masterpiece.
I know as itself, but not when you try to make it serious.
Can I bring up on topic in the wild?
Sure.
Okay. As you know, I was back home for 2 weeks. And in Wisconsin, and I found this puppy in the wild.
In the wild kind of reminds me. It's like I always just think of your crotch, after when you haven't shaven for a long time.
Okay. Remember when we said we were going to tone it down today?
That's right. I forgot. Yeah. I forgot. Yeah.
No, I don't know how to transition to this, but anyway. So,
fly ball. Oh, look at that.
There's the Indy rookie.
Yeah.
Ravenwood rookie.
Oh.
Speaking of unshaved. No, not going there. Nope.
Speaking of such, it's funny.
Dude, this wouldn't bring money, but so I found the whole set, dude. The whole set of those Raiders cards, which are honestly almost impossible to find. Like, the Temple of Doom ones are more common, but the Raiders...
Well, no, that's like in the post that I put up. Temple of Doom, they went all out. They went Disney. They went Star Wars.
Yep.
They made it more for kids. They put out a ton of toys and books and comics and magazines and everything. Raiders was an adult film that didn't play to that demographic at all. So that stuff very difficult. Yeah. It's the best movie. I'll tell you, Temple of Doom has grown on me again.
Oh, that was my favorite as a kid.
Kid, it was everyone's favorite because it had Short Round. It had the other kid. It had Voodoo. It had the minecart race. It had all the stuff that was
so
for kids.
Lao Shay.
Yeah, I love that one. He closes the thing.
Anyway, how badass? No, it's not going to bring money, but the Renee Belloc rookie.
Rene Beloche.
Sorry. Sala rookie.
Oh wow.
Fucking tone it down. Gosh
Tone it
darn.
down.
Idol rookie.
Oh
Dude,
wow.
the whole set. $12.
Amazing.
How could you not?
What was I gonna say?
Which of those? Indy, Marion, the gosh darn Nazi, Sala. In your heart of hearts, forget about value. Which would you choose as your rookie card for your collection?
Oh, Indy, of course.
I'd go short round.
It's a good one.
Which I do have in that actually the Goonies set I found super cheap too.
You know, also I was thinking the other day I was watching.
That's someone. I've got an unopened Raiders of the Lost Ark wax box. Holy shit, not a pack, a box.
It's amazing. I was watching. I watched Raiders again the other day, and it's funny. As a kid, you had we're kids. We're 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're just getting into understanding.
I wasn't born, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying, even when you watched it early on, it's weird how there was this differentiation between oh, I'm 8, but I got a subconscious little crush on this woman or whatever that you think is cute. Yeah. Okay. And then sometimes as a kid, you just see them as an old woman, right? Even though they're not old, right? But when you're 7, they're old. Yeah. Like her. I
was never attracted to her.
Never attracted to her. I wasn't attracted. I feel like I didn't realize that I was attracted to Marion until I got older. And then I saw her again in the movie recently. I was like, you know what? She was very attractive in that early 80s, late 70s sort of way.
What's great about that character at the time is clearly, not to go too hard into this, but there was no agenda. There's no woke bullshit. It was just a well-written, strong, dominant, interesting female character. And you bought into it because of that. There was
it wasn't forced to it. Yeah, it wasn't forced.
She could outdrink all those fucking Nazis.
And you totally believed it. It was, and there was never it's because they want to show. No, dude, it was just part of the story, and that type of character could exist.
And because
the writing is so
such
poor
a good
recently.
Match for Indy, so good. And she still looked good in the Crystal Skull, and also she looked good in Animal House, which is right around the little bit before Raiders. But Karen, not Karen Allen. What is her damn name?
Yeah, Karen Allen.
Karen Allen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Karen Allen.
It's the years, not the mileage. That's what I tell my brain.
In your brain, too.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm excited for it. I think it would be an interesting topic, which we've broached before.
Old ladies?
That too. But
hey, man, sorry. Shout out one more time, Karen Allen. I did have a crush on her. She was the mom in Sandlot.
Okay.
That was probably past your time, wasn't it?
I'm not a big Sandlot guy. I've seen it, but no.
How dare you?
Sorry.
How dare you? You lost all credibility.
Yeah.
Go on.
I mean, especially being a ball player too, but I don't know.
James Earl Jones?
Dude. What?
Dude, I saw James Earl Jones signed Darth Vader card. Not trading card, but the pack, the MOC, like the action figures. The back.
Oh, yeah.
It was signed, but it wasn't authenticated. $40. I didn't buy it. Should I have bought it?
I don't know.
Is that worth the gamble?
I have so much stuff here.
Same.
I'm like, no, don't buy anything.
Yeah. But I'm going to think about that one. That's like your Shining book.
Yeah, the Shining book. Unread first print of The Shining, Stephen King. I passed on it, went back.
Do you remember you called me? I'm like, what are you doing? Fucking
buy it. Yeah.
You're like, I don't know. Should I go back? Yes, go back. And then you went back and it was gone, right?
Gone, yeah.
You always remember your big misses.
Big misses like that. Yeah, you do. You do forget. You do remember those. They hit hard. So, no, I was going to say, if you did an Indiana Jones, like we said, when we were kids, it was Temple of Doom. And then there was a time when Last Crusade came out where everyone's like, that's the best one ever, right? Like,
it's to this day, Last Crusade is my favorite.
Yeah, to me, it's kind of at the bottom now, even though there's so many ways that it's the best.
Are you insane?
Dude, Temple of Doom has moved up for me over the years.
You put Last Crusade under Crystal Skull?
Oh, I'm not even counting that one. That one's last no matter what.
Last Crusade has the best line of any movie.
It has all the best lines.
Can you name? There's no way you will, but can you name the line I'm thinking of? It's from Sean Connery.
It was rather quite wonderful.
Close. She talks in her sleep.
Yeah, she talks in her
So
sleep.
you find out he's been banging her this whole time.
That's so great.
She talks in her sleep. She's a Nazi.
I mean, she's a Nazi.
She's a
Dude,
Nazi.
there's so many great ones when my favorite line of that movie is just when Indy's going on about, Marcus knows every culture from here to
Marcus knows six languages. With any doubt, he's got the Grail already.
He's got, with any luck, he's got the Grail already. And does anyone speak English?
Such a good comedic transition. So good.
Oh my God.
Marcus knows 6 languages.
He knows every culture, every custom from here to Calcutta. It's like
he's a fucking idiot.
He'll blend in. He'll blend in, disappear.
Yeah, dude. It's
with
just
any luck,
white as shit in front of all these Middle Eastern dudes or whatever.
Yeah. He'll blend in, disappear. The other scene where he comes in the window, and the Nazis come in, and you see the deterioration of thinking, and you see the reactions on Harrison Ford's face as he's telling I wouldn't send him the Grail all the way back for him to bring it back here, and he's, you didn't bring it, did you? He's like, you did. And then he goes on some tangent about it. How could you be so stupid? I sent it to you so they wouldn't fall into the hands of the Nazis.
Wouldn't fall into the hands of the Nazis. Dude, Connery just crushed that. Yeah. And then, dude, props to River Phoenix. What a perfect young Indy.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that movie is fantastic.
Those cheekbones.
I just think it's hard to pick up.
Hold on. I got to give one more shout out to that dipshit fat kid.
Oh, yeah.
I called the sheriff. Dude, the amount of sweat they pumped onto that kid with like a spray.
Oh, yeah.
We've been in the industry.
Or they just had him walk around the block once. Yeah.
Yeah. Or put a hot dog in front of
him. And then put it on a stick. So
one more hot dog.
One more. No fat shaming, Tom.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Dog. Yeah. So should we? I want to say for those of you that are watching or rewatching later, I have a lot of unboxings to do over the next 3, 4, 5 weeks that we're going to get to, and I think we're going to just do them organically and see where the conversations lead. And we'll do them as podcasts. We'll make sure that we throw out what they are, and I think there'll be a lot of interesting stuff that will come up. Let me check back in real quick with the auction real quick and see if there's been anything of interest going.
Also, when you watch Crystal Skull, which it was, I'll still watch it. I enjoy it, but how great was it to see when Karen Allen and Harrison Ford had their first, dude, their chemistry was still there. Just there.
Yeah, it was a little they kind of, I don't know what order and sequence they shot the scenes in, but there were some times where it flowed better than others and it wasn't quite
when they were arguing, I don't know, it was just so believable. So good. Indy, it's not that hard.
Yeah. Evil Dead just did about $1,000, and that was such a big title.
Clam?
That was an 86
The Thorn
HBO Canon slipcover.
You know what? This is
one. Those are so hard to find, dude. They're so hard to find.
Fast Times, dude. Fast Times is so hard to find.
Yeah.
And it went for $3-something. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And then so ET goes for $100. Those are a dime a dozen. If you have $7, you can go buy one. And it's only $80. And the ET Betamax are somewhat tough to find though.
Well, I have an ET Betamax that I've never seen another one of ever. I don't know if you do. No, I do. It's a VHS cut one.
Yeah.
With an insert.
Yes.
And it says Beta on the bottom.
I don't remember that, but I do have an ET Beta.
Mm-hmm. I'll have to compare and see. Here's a Ferris Bueller that's going now.
Also,
all right, let's do a little bit of unboxing, shall we? Let me grab something here.
Grab your box.
Keep an eye on this stuff that's going right now.
Fly ball.
Caught.
Yeah, dude. Ferris at 320. It looks like it's going to go for at 87. 80 plus VGA. Super tough find. Here we go, man. Can you hear me? You got your ears on?
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you.
First Blood, IGS Thorn Clam. Now, it does look like there's some fade to it. I don't know how they gave it
This
a
might
9.
be, I don't know if this is the one.
6. Do you see the fade? Or is that, wow, that went quick. 1600.
No UPC.
But you see the color looks faded, yeah?
I don't know. That's kind of the way that they look.
No, but look at this next one that popped up. There's more color pop to it. Now, it could be just someone didn't white balance or the photo was off. 958.
That's the beta, yeah.
It's crazy how Stallone just brings money no matter what it is, dude.
Yeah.
He's an American hero. He really is.
I think that might be that same one it might be that same 9.5 IGS graded one that sold on Golden a while back for 10 or 12,000 that had the big tear in the bottom. I was wondering if that was it.
I remember that.
I mean, that's so.
Someone just got their ass handed to him if that's the case.
Yeah. If that's the one, let me see if there's more pictures of it on here.
There's like 2. Doom, 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 doom.
It looks like they put it up on purpose. I don't know. It's a strange print because
Dude,
it's got some hollow foils on it and stuff that I've never
Rambos,
seen.
I found this in the wild. I thought it was Lincoln Hawk, but it's actually Rambo. Look at those
nice
biceps.
Oh, dude.
Oh, my God.
He looks so good and over the top, dude.
That's peak. Well, Rocky 3 is his peak, but as far as body goes. But I mean, over the top, probably. Nah, I can't put it on over Rocky for me. I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I love it. With Loggins, my goodness.
All right, speaking of which, let's dive into this box because I know we don't have a ton of time left.
Yeah. We got 15, 20 ish.
Here's one. Michael Jordan, Come Fly With Me, the first original release. Got the white watermarks on the back, which were actually really hard to find.
I got one of them.
This was such an iconic tape.
Dude, honestly, I hate to say it. The 91 has the better cover.
Yeah, it does. The black and red one.
Yeah,
love that
got the
one.
Jordan 3s on, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, this was such a big tape at the time.
What did it grade?
75 plus.
Woof.
Yeah. I mean, we know.
Yeah, we won't say nothing. Won't say nothing.
Yeah. Now here's a banger.
Yes, white watermarks.
Yep, Predator white watermarks. This one has 80? Held up. An 80, yeah.
80 plus?
An 80 plus, yes, 80 plus.
There you go.
Yeah, this is solid tape right here and a really difficult one to find.
Dude, absolutely it is.
And one of the greatest movies of that time. I mean, this was like the first action film that my mom let me watch, and it was mostly because my dad absolutely loved it.
Dude, I remember again that small town at my dad's house. There was like one of the bad kids in town, and I was trying to be friends with him so he wouldn't kick the shit out of me. And he's like, "Oh, my dad's got a copy of Predator." You know, he like rented it from the video store, and then they stole another VCR, so they had 2, and they'd make a copy. So he had like the recorded shit copy of Predator. But I remember watching it with that kid, and he never punched me.
It's funny with VHS. You know, we're talking about nostalgia. We didn't have a ton of titles. You know, it's not something
at your house, you mean, or what do you mean?
At my house. My parents didn't spend a lot of money. My dad did a lot of recording off of television and HBO and stuff. So the ones that I really remember are having like the strip with some stuff written on it, and then it would be scribbled out, and something else got taped over. Like I can picture this wonky writing of Return of the Jedi that was on one of the tapes that my dad had recorded. And that one I watched so many times. And that's the nostalgia for me. We didn't have a copy of the actual Return of the Jedi. We had a bunch of
dad
tape copies.
3 movies that he spent the money on. Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Godfather series, I'll say. Scarface and Platoon.
Wow.
So that's what we were watching as kids. So that probably formed me pretty well. And then I remember the first one, he actually was like, all right, I'll get these kids something. Shut up. The 89 Batman. Like, that was it.
Yeah, well, everyone bought that.
And we watched the hell out of that, dude.
Well, the other thing, too, is my parents bought no VHS tapes. The only couple that we had were like, there were a couple that got sent with the Sports Illustrated subscription that I remember really well. I think that Jordan was one of them. And there was an NBA Superstars that was one I must have watched, I think 10,000 times. It was like Bird, Magic.
Dude, that's crazy. You said
Irving,
my dad ordered something too.
Barkley.
Came with it was NFL Football Follies.
I watched Follies, Football Follies. Yeah. Football Follies. There were a couple other ones that came with
And then
Sports
he would buy
Illustrated.
me, because we were trashy, all the Bigfoot tapes. You remember Bigfoot?
Oh, yeah.
Monster Truck?
Monster Truck.
All those he would buy me. And those are the toys he bought me too, were all the Bigfoot little
right.
64 scale. I still have all those. Dude, that's nuts. And then like a drag, not modern day drag.
Not
like
drag?
Funny cars, drag cars, just guys crashing and blowing up. You bought us a tape of that too.
I had a couple of kids ones that mean a ton to me that we actually had. And actually, I think maybe a couple were the tapes themselves, like the retail versions. But a lot of the stuff that I watched growing up was just taped onto tapes off of television. So much of it. And there's a few of them as we go through these boxes over the next couple weeks, and I'll point them out that were the really vivid ones that I think we owned, or they were ones that I played 1,000 times. But here's the next one. There's follow it up, Predator 2, 80. This actually pretty tough one to find. With the CBS Fox on the side, not the
because that was the
logo.
last cusp of that CBS.
Yeah,
Fox.
1991, right there. That was the end. And this is actually a really cool cover. The simplicity of it.
Edward Scissorhands is like that too. Right around the same time, a few pink CBS Foxes, but most of them are the Fox 20th Century.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, speaking of which, from that same auction, here it is. Bloodsport 85. High grade, I mean, an 85 for them is difficult considering how
thing we're not going to mention
how tight they've become with stuff. So, yeah, I mean, this was such a big tape to find a year or two ago. I mean, I got big offers for this thing.
Should have sold it.
Probably. There's going to be a lot of that.
I should have sold everything. I should have done it. I remember, dude, when I got offered like, what was it, 40 or 50 grand, and I'm like, this collection's worth 100. No,
yeah.
We're going to lowball me.
Yeah. Yep.
And now it's worth like a, Olive Garden gift certificate.
Oh, that's big money out there.
Oh, I mean,
this is a Midwestern
price.
Olive Garden. Yeah.
Dude, growing up, me and a buddy from back home had this conversation the other day. Growing up, and I don't feel embarrassed about this. A little I do, but also I do. Olive Garden was like in a town that was class. Like you dressed up to go to the Olive Garden.
Yeah,
there was
if you're from a little shit town or a rural town, like dude, Olive Garden was, that was prom. That was
if you were
big
really
birthdays.
Rich, you went to Red Lobster.
Yeah, dude, that's so funny too because once you grow up and you're like, God, that's kind of trashy. Like
that is fast food, but you sit down.
That's fast food, but you sit down for it for a little while. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I dated a girl that worked at Olive Garden, and holy shit, was it terrible! But she made good money there, dude. It's because it's so much. They volume.
Pump it out,
pump it. Here we go. Here's 85 plus. Friday the 13th.
Is that on auction right now?
Yep,
oh, yeah,
it's up.
This is a good one.
This should outdo the back. This should so far.
This is the gatefold. Wow.
Yeah, this should be crazy money.
No, but it's the Betamax. It's the Betamax, bro. I mean, not to disregard that, but if this were a gatefold,
it's HBO, hard. It's early horror, dude. Like this should be way more than $1,600.
Oh yeah. This is a $5,000.
85 plus. You kidding me?
Yeah. Somebody got a steal.
Wow.
Just like that Creep Show. Friday the 13th, Finer Chapter. It's another Betamax. I don't know. Betamaxes just haven't had the. I think there's a few. Like, dude, I have almost never seen Back to the Future Betamax. There's been like one at auction and whatever.
Dude, I saw
they don't
Batman
exist.
Returns Betamax the other day. That's a rare
one.
I
saw
That's
that.
right
at
the end of the run, and just like, who has that?
Yep. Here's another interesting one. Didn't grade very well. I knew it wasn't super high grade, but they're not easy to find, really. Those early print.
Yeah, because all the ones that pop up are the stupid collector's edition. That's the original OG slipcase.
Yeah. Not an easy one to find of The Matrix. Such a great
movie.
On
something.
How can you make such a good first movie and then just like shit
just
the bed?
Garbage.
Just garbage afterward.
I don't know. Talk to the guys who did Caddyshack. Oh, I know why, though. Because Doug Kenny, the original writer, died. Sorry, didn't mean to bring it down.
Sorry.
Doug Kenny's like a hero to mine. You know where he's from?
No.
I talked to you about this.
Cleveland.
Not Cleveland. We went there. You got your chiropractor there.
Tell me.
Chagrin Falls.
Oh, well, Bill Watterson is from there, who wrote Calvin and Hobbes.
Well, that's fine. But,
dude, that's huge.
Dude, Doug Kenny, you should watch, anybody listening, all 5 of you, watch A Futile and Stupid Gesture on Netflix. Covers this dude's life. This dude, Doug Kenny from Chagrin Falls, and that's how he introduces himself in real life and in the movie, because Doug Kenny, Chagrin Falls, Ohio.
Yeah.
Like, you Ohio people are so prideful. But anyway,
yes, we are.
Started National Lampoon, right? Found success there. Lorne Michaels, SNL, stole all his dudes, including John Belushi, Bill Murray, Gilda Radner, all the early things, and made SNL.
Wow.
And then later was like, well, if you want to come on as a writer, that would be fine. And there's a great scene in the movie that covers it. I don't want to spoil it, but dude, this dude just influenced, and I hate to sound cheesy, comedy for the next 50 fucking years.
Yeah.
And nobody knows who he is, dude. And he earned it.
Falls.
He's from Chagrin Falls. And I don't want to get too weird, but like, you know that little river or creek they have under the bridge?
Yeah.
While you were getting your chiropractor for 4 fucking hours, and I bought you a vegan cookie to be nice, and then I wanted to eat it because I got hungry, but I didn't. Anyway, I went down there, and I was having just this weird moment in my life. I like said something like, dude, you know, like, Doug, if you're here, because his heart was always with Chagrin Falls. That's where he was, or, born in, but he had this really strained relationship with his parents. I'm like, dude, if you're here, I need guidance in life. Just let me know or something. I sat for a few minutes, and then a fucking, it was summer when we were there.
Yeah.
And a fucking old looking fall leaf comes down, trickling down, and hits me in the fucking face. And like, I don't know, that's sort of a sign. And then when, my girlfriend's father died about a year before, I was sitting in their front yard, just chilling. And the same thing happened, dude. A berry from the tree. It was summer. They shouldn't have been dropping. It fell and hit me in the face. So it's just kind of weird that these like people from beyond have both hit me in the face with foliage.
That's what you came up with, huh?
Just now.
I love that. That's amazing.
But it is true, and I'm not a big believer in that stuff. I'm really not. I'm very logical minded, but
yeah,
it is weird that it's happened once or twice. And when the girlfriend's dad with the berry in the face, it was during Hotel California, which he was in a band and he played that. That was like his favorite song, and he played the solo for that. And I had my iPod my iPhone on shuffle, and that song was on when it happened. Too many coincidences for it to be a coincidence.
Yeah. Foliage.
Yeah,
and like guidance. Like when you're knee deep in that rusty trombone and that dingleberry hits you in the face. More foliage.
You had to ruin it.
All right, here's a good one.
Remember we said we tone it down?
I forgot. Never ending story. 80 plus.
Dude, that tree out of my window of my apartment looks like that dog. I showed you that.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
That's guidance.
Such a big one.
And you know what?
Not an easy one.
That's foliage.
Yes, it is.
Hold on. What did it get? I wasn't paying attention.
80 plus.
80 plus.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, that was the slipcover, right? That wasn't the clamshell? Okay.
Yeah. I tried to send stuff to VGA, but the site confusing as hell. I mean.
There is some merit to that, to be fair.
I haven't seen their new site since they updated from not having to fill out paperwork still. But yeah, who knows? With them, you never know what you're going to get. Hopefully they're just...
Honestly, and not just them. I think a lot of the sites or companies, they could do a little bit better as far as customer journey and user experience. It could be a lot easier and a lot more streamlined.
Yeah.
I don't know why a lot of these companies are just stuck in the past. I don't get it.
I know. You don't have to tell me. Bro.
I'm not going into it.
Here's one that just went. This is actually, let me see what this is. This might be blue. This is the blue watermark version of this. Die Hard 80.
Oh, good. It's worth $36.
Yeah. Not even the grading.
Hey, I missed it.
What?
Which rookie card would you have of the Raiders set?
Indy.
You can't pick Indy.
Are you guys Why? Are you guys planning on grading VHS with CGC? Yeah, I'm going to send them some stuff. Right?
Oh yeah, there's definitely a couple titles I think would look great in that case.
Yeah, I want to see what it's all about, and hopefully that they'll create a little bit of buzz within the community, right?
Well, they already are. Yeah, they're going to be fine. Also, I got to kind of wrap this up here.
You got to wrap it up, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, always wrap it up. You never know what you'll.
No, I don't live
what
like
you'll
that.
get.
I like to gamble.
Yeah, spray and pray, brother. Live on the edge.
Remember we said we're going to tone it down?
Yeah, that's like the 8th time you said that, but yeah.
Well, you keep going.
Okay, so I guess, we didn't get through much of this unboxing, so we'll have to do a lot of it for the next couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Holy
shit! Here's one though. Here's some anime tape that's over 1,000, just like that, right away. Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah. This is.
I do think cartoon, like marquee cartoon VHS, has been slept on for a really long time.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters over 1,000.
This is the early box, isn't it?
This used to be 5 to 10K.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Wow. To be fair, though, since a lot of them have come out, and that was one of the most, other than Batman, mass-produced VHS of the 80s.
Oh yeah, big time.
So there's a lot of them. Ooh, It's got a Tower Records sticker though.
Oof, love that. That gets me going. Sexy. That does. Love that. All right. Well, good luck to everyone who continues to stay on here and bid on the auction. Enjoy Indiana Jones tonight. And we will see you very, very, very soon for some unboxings of more goodies. And happy bidding. And take care.
Fly ball.
Caught.
Come
up with a good indie line to end this, will you?
Oh, God. Indie. Kalima.
Indie, come here hot. Come here hot.
Chodo. Indie, I'm right here.
Come here hot. All right.
Poison you just drank.
Bye.
All right, see you.